Welcome everybody to another mental health, Joe's mental health awareness.
Emily, there's some kind of
Okay, where's the background noise coming from? There's reverb, but I'm not sure if it's coming from me.
Emily, try muting Beth to see if it's from her side.
Um, so, um, welcome everybody to another episode of Mental Health Awareness by Jennifer A. Whitaker. We have a couple of guests today. We have John Tiller and Beth Shapiro. This show is a part of the World of Ability Podcast Network. And thanks to Marcus Hart, Jay Stroyan, Zach Clayton, and Lawrence Wingate for having us on their platforms. So I'm going to pass it over to Jen to get us started.
Thank you, Emily, and welcome everybody, especially you, Miss Beth. I don't believe I've met you. So, will you start the show with telling our guest who you are, your name, why you want to be on Jaws Mental Health Awareness, somehow how do you relate to it or feel like you're a part of it?
Okay. You guys hear me okay?
We do, but I'm asking Beth and we're not hearing her. Are you with us, Beth? Okay, you're muted, so you have to unmute yourself
You
first.
were on mute. Beth, you were on mute.
Does Beth
sure
have
she's familiar with
her mute?
She is muted, but she's having a hard time unmuting herself. Please go ahead, Miss Beth. I just unmuted you. I unmuted you, Miss Beth. Would you like to share, or would you like me to go to the next person?
She needs to mute on something because there's the background reverb.
I think it's because she's got this other device trying to record or something. So, John, how about while she's trying to figure out things, you and I go to what we were going to talk about?
Okay.
So different. I just got the phone with Wingate TV, and he's actually saying that if we give him these podcasts where we talk about the different reasons and what you were talking about on the phone that I want you to elaborate on, that has to do with this need for a movement for people with mental illnesses and other pre-existing conditions to have access to affordable and reasonable health care, like insurance, whether it's mental health insurance, medical insurance, vision insurance, dental insurance, like everything, right? And you started to talk about some stuff that I don't remember the telephone one to go back to. However, keep in mind that I just got the phone with Lawrence Wingate, and he said that he will use these podcasts to help produce the documentary TV show that I was telling you about, so that we can make this heard to the globe, to possibly make a difference outside of just our own states or boundaries. Like with you in Arizona, me in Texas, and so forth. So with that in mind, would you please go ahead and start sharing what you started telling me over the phone when we were talking about this?
Okay. Just so you know, Jennifer, that everything that you said was breaking up, and I could only hear about half of what you were saying. So I'm not sure what's the problem with the connection is today. But I think you had. Am I breaking up, or can you hear me pretty clearly all the way through?
Yeah, you're fine.
I think
You're fine, John. It's breaking up a lot.
Okay.
I'm the same place as usual.
Well-
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's breaking up like right now, and just like it was this morning. And so, and
Yeah,
it was
Emily
happening
said-
last Friday. John, it was also happening last Friday, and you did something that fixed it.
I already moved my mic and have a different mic.
Well, it's still the same, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay, John, go ahead and I'll try to find a headset.
Okay. Like we were talking earlier today, our healthcare is broken in this country. For a developed nation, we have one of the worst healthcare. We're really in a healthcare crisis, and the vast majority of people are undercovered or not covered at all. I know with me, I had to have a hip replacement because when I went to have a hip replacement, it became infected, and I ended up going through 8 operations fighting the infection. And one of the things I had to do is I had to quit work. Because I had to go on state access and through the insurance company to cover all the operations. My operations cost about on my hip alone was around $2 million. And the other thing too is I couldn't have much of an income if I wanted to keep that, and I did because I have a lot of drugs that I got to take, and that runs me about $2,000 a month. I know Jennifer
Is that
has
your
a.
copay? Is that your copay, or is that what your medication would be without insurance?
You're still breaking up there, Jennifer. Anyway, so for me to get covered, and I got United Healthcare now, Dual Complete, but I'm also hooked up to Access because what Dual Complete doesn't, United Healthcare doesn't deal with that Access does for me because I'm 70 years old. So I had to go through a lot of stuff. But like I said, we're one of the few countries in the free world that doesn't have good insurance for our people. And I was reading an article the other day that said 60% of people that file for bankruptcy are because of medical bills, and the other another 20% are people that have filed bankruptcy for credit card and debit card, mostly credit card. And it was usually because they were paying on medical bills on their credit card. So 10% of bankruptcies in the United States are unrelated to medical. So you got 90%, which is disgusting. And a lot of people have insurance and they get turned down, and insurance companies really run the gamut and really cause a lot of heartache. And we're mental health awareness here, and people get mental health problems because they can't pay their bills, they can't cover the cost of their medical. So what do we got to do? What? Go ahead.
Or I was going to say, that the medical takes such a heavy toll, like what you explained one time to me or a couple about your depression came because you didn't realize, not until you had your hard of hearing, and you realize how vital that is to our happiness. And like with me, what was linked to my epilepsy being the first condition I had at 10 months old, and then everything else that I have 3 pages long somehow was induced by some experience related to my epilepsy, like brain injuries and stuff like that. But to say that
Yeah.
we have these medical, whatever's our original medical, or multiple ones, right? But we end up with all these other mental illnesses, these other conditions that are caused by mental illness, even if our originals weren't, because of, like what you're saying, those struggles, whether it's to pay the bills, or it is to keep a roof over our head because we're giving our money to the bills, or it's to not have an insurance so we don't even get the help we need anyways. I mean, I'm pretty sure that plays part into this big deal about suicide, right? People can't get health insurance if they work blue-collar jobs or contract jobs or others that don't have group plans, you know? They're not government jobs, they're not corporate American jobs. So it's even you and me as business owners. We can't get insurance with pre-existing conditions without, like you said, having Medicare, or in my case, also Medicaid. Because of the simple fact that we have the condition, it's for the people that need it the most.
Yeah, it's a problem. I know it was for me, but I know a lot of people in the country. I have a friend right now that can't get covered, and he has a lot of problems. And he only gets Social Security coming in, but they tell him he makes too much on Social Security that he can't get covered. So
That's
he's really
true.
put a lot of stuff up.
That's so true, because part of the reason I'm doing this movement is because on people say, oh, well, there's the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, but if you make, I think it's $39,000 or more per year, you can't get Affordable Care Act because you make too much for it. And it's similar with Medicare, meaning that you have to be either disabled or past a certain age and on Social Security to get it. It's something like $48,000 or something like that. That people with your kind of skills, my kind of skills, Kurt's skills, Emily's skills, all these skills we have, if we had an actual salary, most if not all of us would be making a lot more than $48,000 a year on the salary with the skills we offer. But for whatever reason, we can't do it, even if it's like you're saying, simply that if we were to do these jobs, we would not, in some cases like mine, not even have our life. Because, like with you, some of yours even have to do with your heart too, right? So you wouldn't have even been alive if you didn't have that certain something. Is he still with us? Did we lose John?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Beth, do you have anything to share related to what we're talking about?
Beth, do you have anything you'd like to say? Beth, you're on mute.
Miss Beth, did you want to say anything about our conversation or put in?
Kurt, do you have anything to say?
I don't know anything else to say here.
I don't know.
Kurt?
I think this is an interesting topic.
Yeah, and John really wanted to discuss it. I had told him how we spoke about this last week. The last Monday of April, no, wait, this is April. Last Monday of March, and he was saying he wanted him more on it. Maybe could you try texting him and see if he accidentally and is having trouble getting back in?
I missed part of what you said, Jack. Jen. You want me to, you're breaking up a lot. Like half the time you're breaking up. So you're looking for me to ask John if he's coming back?
Am I any better? I'm on my headphones now.
No, it's still the same. Everybody, I do apologize for all the technical difficulties we are having today. But just a little background about this. The show, the JAWS, it's called JAWS Coffee Chat. The JAWS stands for Jennifer A. Whitaker. As JAWS, her initials. We started helping her with her own shows back last October. Jen's back.
Yeah, I was trying to log back out and then back in.
That's the 100% better.
Okay, Lord, I thought it was out of hope. Talking about mental health. Man, I tried everything I could. Did John say if he's coming back?
I haven't got a response on it. I guess it's not totally better. For a second, I thought it was, but
Really?
You're still breaking up a little bit.
Emily?
What?
Emily, are you with us?
Yes. You must not be able to hear me because I'm talking.
Emily?
Yes.
Okay. Did John ever say he was joining us again?
John has not responded.
Okay.
He might text message.
I think Miss Beth might be trying to say something, but I keep seeing her move her lips, but she's still on mute.
You have something to say, Beth?
I I was trying to say the sound was a little better when you were talking slower or something. It was really breaking up. I don't know if Kurt is still with us because I
Yeah,
wanted
he's,
to
Yeah,
he's
follow up.
connected.
well, I will.
What's that?
Kurt is connected.
Oh, okay. So I think it makes a lot of sense what he was saying that people can get a lot of mental health problems when situations change, whether it be medical, whether it's homeless, whether it's, they don't have a job. I think a lot of things can affect people's mental health
Right, and that's where I was
and make them more
going with it.
sensitive and the healthcare system is really difficult because it's not proactive. It doesn't help people avoid situations. It only helps after you had a heart attack. It doesn't help before you have a heart attack. So I think the same thing with mental health. There's a lot of things we can do constructively to help mental health.
Or prevent it, like you're saying.
I mean, like here, they're trying to not have the police interact with mental health so much. They're trying to get social workers and other people to work with them. So that's a step in the right direction.
Right, here in Texas, I'm in the Houston area, and they're having what's the county tax funded mental health clinic. Their staff, whether they're nurses, their counselors, therapists, whatever, as a people to respond to 911 calls related to mental illnesses. That's very similar, but then again, it's not the actual police.
Well, we have now a number for like deaf people and other people to call for people in suicide, and you can just talk to someone. That's different than what they had before. Um, I don't know if there's other numbers for other mental health. There is something called, I think you can call 211, which is United Way for mental health or homelessness or what have you. There's something else that you can call. So there's some resources, but there could be more.
Well, and the big one we're hitting is that people who have these conditions, whether it's mental health or it's neurological health, like my epilepsy and like the fact I only have a part of the brain now, that many of us cannot get health insurance because of the fact that we have these conditions. Yeah, we're the people that really need it.
Mm-hmm.
And so John's helping me push for the need that health insurance and medical insurance and mental health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, and all these other insurances that we need are made available to all Americans, including those with pre-existing conditions. Because those tend to be the ones that really need it are the ones that are being denied. I mean, like, I met somebody whose dad was working some kind of blue collar job. He was a plumber electrician. But her dad had no way in that kind of job to get health insurance because he was considered a contractor. No matter where you worked in that kind of job line, you're always a contractor, so you never get group benefits. Well, he had his cholesterol went up. He had high cholesterol. But he couldn't afford the medication on his blue collar income. And because of being a contractor and having that as a fixed thing, he couldn't get health insurance. You know what happened? He passed away because of high cholesterol killed him. It's costing lives in stories like hers. And does that kind of sound like because he's got pre-existing condition that he didn't have the right to life in a way? Talking about our original principles of our country's foundation, the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. What do you think about that, Miss Beth?
Who are you asking?
Emily, can you still not hear me?
It's too choppy.
Emily,
Yes.
can you not hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
but you're
kinda
breaking up
breaking
really
up.
bad. Yeah, you're back on really bad. But I can still hear you.
Are you close to the microphone or not?
I had a mic right here in front of me, but y'all told me to move because you said it's breaking up. So then I took out the professional mic, used one of my computer, and y'all said it's choppy. And then and then I now have a headset on with the mic right here. I've tried three different things, and y'all keep saying I'm choppy.
See, I think either you're talking fast or you're not taking a breath. That's kind of what it sounds like, and it's chopping up in the microphone. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not a fast talker, so I don't know. But
What's that?
usually Emily can tell you this. We don't usually have this issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today.
Do you have anything to add, Emily?
So yeah, the whole mental health thing is a very important topic that shouldn't be taken lightly. Just to let know for listeners out there, know that it's important if you need help to find and get help. That's kind of what I have to say at the moment. Um, So, again, we are on the Jazz Mental Health Awareness Show by Jennifer A. Whitaker, which is part of the World of Ability Podcast Network. And we are here every Monday at 2:30 p.m. Central. If anybody is interested in joining us to be a guest to please contact us through jawscoffeechat@gmail.com. That is jawscoffeechat@gmail.com. And also ask and encourage everybody to check out all of our social media pages, Jaws Coffee Chat social media pages, and YouTube channel.
I just tested it, and there's nothing going on my end.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's
Emily, maybe
just
we need to stop this recording. And it's
I
not bad.
mean, we can hear you.
Between all what's
We can hear you.
going on with Miss Beth's
Yeah,
sound and my sound, and we need to just stop this recording.
Jen, we can hear you and sort of understand you, but it's kind of like cackly kind of sound around it, and sometimes you kind of break up or you
Emily?
can't totally hear you. But good. Would like to again. So your LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. So I encourage everybody to check those out and subscribe, like, share, comment. Be appreciated. And again, big thanks to Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Jay Stroyan of the Disability Channel, Zach Clayton of the Back Channel, and Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios. They want us to have this on their platform.
Let's just stop this and delete it. Let's just stop this and delete it. We're getting, if all this is bad as you think, between the sound and this Beth's and mine, then this isn't good quality to have online.
So we're not going to say anything about the Facebook group or anything else. Just have it and delete. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're going to delete this. If it's as bad as you make it sound, then we're just going to delete it.
Yeah,
because we don't want to put ourselves out as low quality.
Well, I mean, it is. Okay, so then I'll go and let's delete all the live streams then. It's being live streamed right now on like
right
4 different places.
So delete the live stream, and then let's not send this one to any of our people.
Recording stopped.
All right.